Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about why it's important to guard your vision, your eyes, and your ears. So in the Bible it says, hear no evil, speak no evil, or sorry about that. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So what does that mean, right? Let's take, for example, somebody who's not guarding their sight and just allowing themselves to like be immersed in all this entertainment. They're watching like pornography, and they're scrolling through Instagram. They're seeing all these models and whatever. Guys, when you do that, like you're imprinting so many like just evil images in your consciousness, right? So if you're somebody who's trying to attain celibacy or like just have like control over your domain, it's going to be very difficult to do that if you're bombarding your eyes with these images of naked women, right? So that's just but one example. Think about like people who sit there and like watch the news all day. Like, first off, like the news, especially right now, like they're showing a bunch of like shit in like Ukraine, right? They're showing all the bombings and like all the people that are like just out of their homes, and like they're basically just what the hell's the word? Yeah, they're just out, like their homes got bombed, and you see pictures of them with their families, and they're basically just out on their own, right? Nobody's defending them, right? So that, you know, like people walk around, like if you're sitting there watching that, like whether you realize it or not, if you're watching that like every day, and you're hearing the reporters like spit their fear-mongering like bullshit, then like don't be surprised if you're just like walking around all fearful. Like I remember back, like I used to watch the news back when I was in like middle school a little bit, and like, dude, like I'd get nervous over like the dumbest shit. Like I'd be sleeping at night and thinking of like somebody like robbing us or something. And like I got to the point where like I actually convinced my parents, I don't know why, because I lived in a safe town, but I convinced them to get that like home security like company. I think it was like ADT or whatever. But that's just like another example. It's like, and nothing ever happened. So it's like, why am I sitting there like all fearful, right? It's simply just the media like spitting bullshit at me. And there's a saying by Dan Kennedy, who's a marketing influencer: all weather is local. So what does that mean? All weather is local. So yeah, it could be like bombs and people invading the Ukraine, but where you at, like where you're at right now is fine, most likely, right? If you're in the West. I mean, not every place, but like for me, for example, like nothing, there's no bombs, there's no freaking people invading me right now. So why am I gonna sit there and walk around all fearful? And so guys, we really like I can't stress this enough. Like, this is very fundamental, but we have to like really be careful about like what we consume, who we listen to, what we see, because those images and like the people that like we listen to on a daily basis, whether it's newscasters or just influencers, like celebrities or whatever, they're imprinting something inside of you that you may not even be conscious of. Like, think for example, like these rap artists like Future and Young Thug, right? Like I listen to them, but I understand like they're like gangsters, so they're just like talking about like money and like and drugs and girls and whatever. And it's just, for the average person, if you're not aware of that, if you're not like careful about it, and you're just, you know, sitting there, because a lot of people, to be honest, like a lot of people just put their headphones in, and they're listening to music all day. They're at home, they're listening to music. They're at school, they're listening to music. They're in public, they're listening to music. They're at the gym, they're listening to music, guys. And so like, basically all day you're flooding your brain with imagery and sounds that are anti-life, that are evil. And so when I say, guys, going back to like what I said earlier about the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, what is evil? Because like evil is basically like the word live backwards, so it's anti-life, right? So when you're sitting there like thinking about like chicks all the time or whatever, and like getting off to it or whatever. You're literally like you're literally draining your life force, right? And thinking about them all the time, and not focusing on yourself, like it's all a distraction at the end of the day too. So again, like it's the same thing with like the news or whatever. Like you're sitting there like thinking about like if you're gonna get attacked. However, like what you should be focusing on is what you're doing to improve your life, really, right? So at the end of the day, not only are they evil and they take life force away from you, guys. When you're in a state of fear, your the creative part of your brain is shut off. So you're basically like dependent on somebody else to lead you because you're fearful. You have nothing to cling on. Your sense of reality is threatened, so you have to cling on to something else. Why do you think people love like Fauci and like Biden and all these people who are promoting like vaccines and shit? Because they think that those are the people that are going to save them from COVID, when COVID is actually a hoax. But that's another topic. So when you're fearful, like you really can't you can't think, and it's also a distraction because when you're fearful, you're unable to you're unable to make important decisions. You're unable to focus on what really matters, like on your work or on your health or on your family. Like, so we got to be careful what we consume. It's not a joke. Like people think like the war is like bombs and bullets, but it's a war for your soul. And the battlefield is in your mind. So whatever you allow into your mind, the two primary senses that allow things to enter our mind are our ears and our eyes and ears. So, you know, start like, if you're gonna consume stuff, you gotta consume positive shit. It's really simple, but like you really can't consume things that are fearful, that are enabling you to be lustful or drug addicted or whatever. You can't. Like, here's another example. Sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but think of like the commercials that are like promoting fast food, like McDonald's and like Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King. Like I was always thinking to myself, where's the commercials for like fruit and like vegetables and like high quality protein? Where is it? Like even the what's it called? Like the Weight Watchers and the those weight loss bullshit like programs or whatever. Those are just scams too. Like it's not real food. It's fake. Like my mom does that shit, and I look at the like the labels and like the ingredients. It's just a whole bunch of like random stuff. It's not even real. So again, another example of propaganda, media abuse, trying to brainwash people, right? So guard your ears, guard your sight. If you can try to perfect that, I mean, it's a battle every day, guys. We gotta start looking at life as an everyday battle, right? You're never safe from this shit. It's never ending, right? But however, if you're able to control that, consume the right material, listen to the right people, and take the right actions, then you'll be all right. But just know that if you're in that position where you're kind of just like consuming mindless entertainment, you're watching porn or you're listening to the news, listening to like horrible music, then you're gonna be sinful because the world is very sinful. So that's about it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you have any concerns or anything, leave it down below and I will get back to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.